let's talk about styrofoam foils. Styrofoam foils. What, in your estimate, would make the government ban this? They talked about its impact to public health.
The main reason for banning the styrofoam is the fact that when it comes to, you can't class it among the biodegradables. But that was the main reason, because it takes it takes sometimes even 100 years. These things are not degradable. As much as 100 years, they are not degradable. They are the same way they are, just like you find polythene bags. So they fall within that category. So that was the main concern. It's polluting effects. You know, you see it everywhere, and that became a major concern for governments everywhere, until Lagos State came and hit the nail on the head that they were banning it. So that is one area that I'm aware of. My own concern is that if you say we are not going to use styrofoams because they are not being used, for now I don't know what is the status in the Western world, whether they still use them or not. But if you say we shouldn't use them, what are the other alternatives? Because we should come out with other alternatives. That's why we have research institutes. So what are the other alternatives that we are going to use, you know, in packaging our food, such that such materials are not detrimental to human health? So those are the things that should concern us. It's not enough for us to say what we have, that we are disusing it, but what are you bringing as an alternative? What are you bringing as an alternative? I think that is my concern. That is my concern.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because I was going to that as well. Thank you for explaining the environmental impact of styrofoams to us when it comes to public health. While we will touch on that later on, let's talk about government policies and its impact to Albert Germain, but its impact to the public. Looking at the images on the screen of what styrofoam foils are, what we call takeaway plates. This is one, the producer, if the producer can bring that back, that's one. There is the real plastic version of it, which is also littered everywhere. We understand these are styrofoam foils being used. Then there is the other one too, the plastic, the main plastic itself. We understand that the way they are disposed of is a major concern. Yet, what are the industries available in Abia State to provide alternative? I remember when the 8th Assembly or the 9th Assembly were talking about the ban on cellophanes, nylons, and what have you, or anything that looks like that. And they were talking about paper bags. I also know politicians who were also opening up their factories where they produce nylon bags at the point when the National Assembly was talking about that. So talk to us about the impact of government policies that are not well thought at, as to provide, in this case, for instance, alternative to what is being taken away from people. These are businesses that people spend money to import or to produce. People work in factories where these are produced. People also use this as a means of providing their daily mama put business to their customers, so that people can buy it and go to their various places of work. Yes, there are issues about cancer and health-related concerns about it, no doubt about that. Its impact to the environment, no doubt about that. What about the economic impact of this, what you're taking away to the people? Why do we always have government who churn out policies without, like you said, going through the proper process of providing a viable alternative before these things are done?
This reminds me of last year's the theme of last year's World Environment Day. You know, it's centered around plastics, the management of plastics. That was last year, and it came on, and one of the major issues that was raised, one of the key issues raised, was this issue of, one, what is the alternative If you say we shouldn't use
styrofoam.
Styrofoam. If you say we shouldn't use plastics, even for water, you are discouraging the use of plastics. What is the alternative you are providing? Number two, this is people's business. This is people's business. We have petrochemical industries that are producing this. Now, if you say these persons, what is the alternative you are providing for them? Number three, what is the research that has been done? What level of research has been done, especially in terms of the synergy between industry and our research institutes and tertiary institutions as to get us alternative? So it is not enough, for us to make policies stopping or policies taking away some of these things, but there has to be alternatives. In fact, it was during that conference that we were told that already the Western world, they know, they have already gone ahead. They actually have alternatives, but these things have to do with patents. They can't research for you and then you come and access it free. So they already have patents. So what are our own research institutes doing, and what is synergy between governments and some of these research institutes, our universities? Until recently, you recall that River State University was a university of pioneer university of science and technology.
Yes.
So there has to be a strong synergy, and most of these policies must be clearly thought out, especially in terms of rational decision making, where every stakeholder, the interest of every stakeholder is also factored. So the impact is so much. Whatever policies that come out, you are dealing with people's lives, you are dealing with people's resources, you are dealing, in fact, with the livelihoods of people, their daily survival. And so you must take all these people into consideration.